Right, so the reason we're down here tonight, Simon, is I believe it's your 20-year business anniversary of Promaz Automotive.
Yeah, big birthday, 20 today, and back in '99 started just behind us in a small workshop. Yeah, as a hobby. Yeah.
My first memories of Promaz is actually this car and seeing the wheel come off. Actually, I saw it before that, but I remember the wheel coming off in Adelaide.
Yeah, we used to race it quite a bit, and we put on the trailer, went all the way to Adelaide, done my burnout, staged, launched it, and everything went except for one wheel.
Oh well.
A lot of people remember that, yeah.
15 years on and she's still going strong. One of the first cars in Melbourne to street cars to have a 20B, it must have been.
Yeah, well, I think it was, pretty much the only one to have a 20B in Victoria. There was one in Queensland, an RX3, but that was pretty much it.
Now, times have changed. Let's go and have a look at what you're driving currently. The Mazda RX-8 in similar Promaz purple.
It's exactly the same. The same colour. It's exactly the same colour. So
tell us a bit about the combo in this one now.
So this has got our Billet engine in it. Makes just under 1,400 horsepower. It runs a Garrett turbocharger, GDX 55. Obviously, thanks to the whole team there.
So as far as drag cars go, Simon, this has got a very clean body. It looks more like a show car.
The boys say, hey, it is a drag car, not a show car. But I like to keep them nice and clean. Drag, show, street, it's always got to be neat. And that's a good thanks to the team at Norton. They supply us with an amazing product, liquid ice. Keeps the shine on always, it's amazing. It took us 7 years to build and, a lot of family commitments, a lot of money. Kids come along, so, it was a long build. I love the car. I mean, it's a great car. It does everything that I want it to do. Unfortunately, it's not a purpose-built drag car like they are today.
Yeah, and unlike a lot of people probably don't realise, it's still got the factory-style operating doors. The rear doors still work as they would standard.
Yeah, and that's one thing I really wanted, Once I'd done my burnout, open the doors the way they should. But the problem is, it makes it heavy.
These days, it's too heavy. This is really like what you'd call a traditional pro street car.
Yeah, pretty much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now moving on to this RX4, Simon. This used to have a 13B in it, if I recall.
So the gentleman's owned it for quite a long time. I think since he was 18, and he might be, around the mid-30s, I suppose, or low 30s. And it had a 13B, an old school package in it that he was using for quite a bit. Yeah, obviously he's got the Rotary bug and now going 20B.
As someone who would like to build a 20B himself, I've noticed the price of the 3-rotor engines is, it's gone through the roof, haven't they, in recent times?
Definitely. Yeah, hard to get. Like most rotary import motors, are really hard to get. They've been used and abused, I suppose, over the years, and they just run and dry. So we're actually this is all dummied up at the moment, but we're putting a full billet engine in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So billet plates, obviously standard housings and...
So what transmission are you putting in this, Simon? You're not really known for your automatics.
Bell housing?
This has got a Turbo 400 in it.
400.
So we don't do a lot of auto cars. We were doing them back in... I suppose in the early 2000s, we dabbled with a lot of autos.
One of your customers had a 20B Auto 323.
Yeah, that's still around, but not racing. Or I think he's just hung it on a wall as a trophy.
That's a blast from the past, that one.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Now, notice there's another 3-rotor behind me.
Well, this is my wife's car, and she had one probably about 12 years ago, an RX3, and had a 13B turbo running 980. It was supposed to be just her to cruise around, and we ended up hacking into it and racing it and doing what we normally do. And all she wanted was a Bridgeport 13B, and she drove it the first time. She got it with a naturally aspirated 13B Bridgeport and was not happy. No. Too lumpy, no power. So 20B it is.
So this time it's 20B. This is going to be a pretty awesome street car when it's finished.
Yeah. We put a Supra R154 gearbox in it, 20B GDX 42 on it, and put it on about 10 pound, and it should make 500 horsepower at the wheels.
Crazy on no boost, and they'll go forever on that boost.
Definitely. Victoria's fastest street car.
Street rotary, isn't it?
Street rotary, manual.
So what's this run? Sort of high eights?
Run 870 at 150. I think he's best at around 158. mile an hour, and very consistent. And that was on slicks.
On slicks, yeah. And like you said, this runs a Samsonus or Samsonus, however you pronounce it.
Yeah. Samsonus 6-speed gearbox. Yeah.
This is on the FuelTech ECU, I think, as well. Yep.
So we had a Microtech in it, and then since gone to the FuelTech. A lot more control for the gearbox as well. Yep. So that's all run through the FuelTech.
And I know for a fact this car does see a lot of street action.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
Drove it
here today. Yeah. It's looking a bit bare today, Simon. No stickers on it.
Yeah, it's taking the stickers off. I think the police have been at him a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a bit noisy. We've since quietened it down a bit and just keeping it a bit tame because he drives it a lot on the road.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. Another quick street car a few people would recognise is Ross's. It's a bit of an iconic street car, that one.
Yeah.
Just cleaned up the small tyre class at Jamboree, I hear.
Yeah, won Street 289 Jamboree. So he's looking good in the series, and if he keeps it up, he'll do real well. It's here for... it's got the old traditional hose and clamp, intercooler piping and hoses. We're just doing a different clamp system on it, running hypertune clamps. Yeah.
I think from memory this car's running 8.6 at around 160, I think.
It's 163, so it's run 8.5 actually at 163.
What's going on? This looks like a full resto, this one.
Yeah, so this one was a purple RX4, nice clean car. Sick of the colour, wanted to change it, and sick of the naturally aspirated pre-fuel port, wanted to put a turbo in it. So we're putting a new GT42, 1450 horsepower in it, Supra R154, 9-inch diff, and so this is in the build at the moment.
It's a big job.
Yeah.
Over the back here I see, there's rotaries everywhere, Simon, but there's 2 Spirit Rs.
Yeah.
Now these are actually, in a way, they're quite rare, aren't they? They never made that many of them.
1,500. Yeah, worldwide. Yeah. So they only released in Japan, and we got.
So these didn't have a back seat, or they did?
The B model, I'm pretty sure did. Yeah. So there's a Type A, Type B, and I'm pretty sure there's actually Type C. So different seating, a few different things, but. Yeah, they're mainly the last 1,500 that came off the production line.
Oh, I see.
So then they made them a special unit, I suppose.
And this one looks like it's got a new style turbocharger on it.
Yeah, so it's got the new G42 Garrett, 1,200 horsepower rated at. It'll make 700 horsepower at the wheels. That's what the customer was asking. And that's what we're going to give him.
So this sort of setup, would you just do? You wouldn't do a Bridgeport in this, or is it a bit more of a milder engine?
This one, the gentleman that owns it's from New Zealand, so most guys from New Zealand have to have Bridgeports. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them, but they love their rotaries, really passionate about them, and love the pulse.
The
they love it. It's all about the pulse, and so we actually got the same port as our race car in it.
Okay.
So we've done a little special build for him. Yeah, and we've got another Spirit R that we're not going as wild with. It's going to have the Garrett GDX 3584 RS, which is rated at 1,000 horsepower. Okay. And they'll make 300 kilowatts on around 14 pound pretty easily.
Good street setup,
really
responsive.
Really good street car.
Now behind us over here, it's not just rotaries you do. Yeah. This is quite a clean Supra here.
Yeah. So this is a 2J we've been working on for the last 8 months or year. Sequential twin turbo. It's running an M-Tron ECU, Motec C127 dash, Motec PDM.
A lot of people probably don't realise you actually have a hub dyno here.
Yep.
We'll go and take a look at that. You've got a nice FD in here.
Yeah, it's just an FD we're doing some work on. It's got a Haltech in it, so we do quite a number of different ECUs.
Yeah, quite a few different ECUs. You can sort of tune anything.
Yeah.
So you've got the 2,000 horsepower Dynotech hub, and you've got a traditional roller dyno as well?
Yeah, we've had the roller dyno for, I'd say, 17 years or so. So it's good. For now, everyone's making over 500 horsepower. So, you're getting a lot of slip through the tyres. Yeah. So it's wise to put it on the hub. Yeah. And if I've got to do a run-in tune or something's got 200 horsepower or so, I just put it on the roller.
Of course, yeah.
Nice and easy.
Yeah. And this one's got, is that a bit of a V-mount style intercooler setup?
Yeah, so a V-mount intercooler, Haltech. Customer's done a lot of work himself, and we're just finishing it off and getting everything ironed out for him, and we'll tune it up.
Now this one here, Simon's actually naturally aspirated. I'm in shock here.
Yeah, it's very rare here, actually. Most NAs, and I'm very confident it'll end up coming out and going turbo.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
I was just looking at it a minute ago, and it's amazing how simple an NA setup looks now.
Yeah, it's very simple.
There's nothing in there.
And it is good, like in a little ute like this.
Of course, yeah. You don't want to overpower it.
About 200 horsepower would be a fun little ute to have, yeah.
And you've got another RX-4 here. You were saying that one's come from interstate.
Well, it's an interstate car that a gentleman in Victoria's bought, country Victoria, and we're doing a cooling package on it. Injectors, tuning it. It's got a Haltech ECU.
Now he's responsible, the man who makes the billet. Charles?
I got a donut in my mouth.
So Simon, another part of your business in recent times has been manufacturing custom billet parts for Mazdas and other cars, actually.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously every workshop starts breaking things, needing more and more stuff, and yeah, billet's the way to go these days.
So you make centre plates, front, rear plates. What else do you make here on the mill?
26B, 20B plates, front braces, sumps. We do all sorts of stuff that we need, especially in the workshop, and they're getting shipped out worldwide now.
Yeah, nice. Now, Charles, you're the man responsible for a lot of the billet parts, and I see you've just released 26 or 4-rotor plates.
Yeah, new product, and they come out really well. Very happy with them.
Very happy. So in order to make some of these awesome bespoke billet parts, how do you go about that?
Well, first we design them in SolidWorks, which is the CAD drawing software, and then we need to tell the machine how to carve it out of a block of material. So we use SolidCam to tell the machine how to move to carve the products that we want out of the billet.
So speaking of that, you've actually got one on there at the moment.
Yeah.
Is that a front plate?
It's a front plate that we're doing at the moment, and it's just on its final operations at the moment.
How many of these do you normally make at once?
We try to do batches of 20. Just helps keep the cost down.
Yeah, and you can supply these with stationary gears and all the rest of the stuff?
Supply them ready to go.
So Tony G's made the trip down from Sydney. Congrats on the weekend. I saw you ran a 6.9.
Yep, thank you very much. Yeah, I did. It was a long trek. Many people think it looked easier than what it was, but the boys here made all my dreams possible, and they made it all happen, and I'll take my hat off to them,
Yeah. So what engine is in Tony's car, Simon? You could probably give us a bit more information on that.
Yeah, so it's a Promaz Racing semi-PP. It's running a Garrett GDX turbocharger on it, so yeah, and a Motec M130.
Yep.
So there's another added computer that we've put to our tuning list, yeah. So, and we nailed a 691 at 201.
Both ends of the scale and the one pass?
Yep.
And you were saying earlier you think it might have a little bit left in it still?
I reckon we're at 65%. Hands down. That's no exaggeration. I reckon the car can take a lot more. The 200 mile an hour, I did think I was going to freak out in the car because it's such a short wheelbase, but mate, I reckon it could take another 20 mile an hour, that car, no problem,
It felt nice and safe.
Very safe. It's a good car. It has to be one of the best cars in the world built, like as an RX-3 chassis car, So, yeah. Full credit to the people that did build it and that did go the whole 9 yards with it years ago, and then we did buy the car and change the whole car, so it is what it is today.
Oh, good luck for the future, and I'm sure we'll see the times tumble.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, definitely. It was only the third pass after pulling it off the dyno, so the third full pass that it did. So there's plenty more to come.
Yep.
And everyone can talk, it's plenty more to come, but 3 passes in.
We will put money on it if they want. We will put money on it if they want. Whoever wants to put money on it. That's how confident we are. And how confident I am in these guys and everyone that have done anything on that car, Everyone's been superb. Everyone's been, well, I don't know, like you can't really bloody fault anything, We went into uncharted territory with the whole deal, and everyone conquered it pretty much in the end, and it's right now it's pretty easy. For what it is now, you look at everything back, it's like you forgot about all the bad things and all the good things now. It's very easy. So, yeah, only good things to come from now.
Like you said, there was a lot of hard work to get it to where it is. And once you do achieve it, it's unbelievable. It's amazing, and, you dream of... And a lot of people say, a 6, a 6, a 6, and it's very hard to do. Overseas, they make it look pretty easy. They got some amazing cars, really good chassis builders, and we're fortunate enough that Tony brought his car to us and trusted us to get him there, and we did it, and we're very proud of our whole team.
All right. Well, thanks Simon and Tony. Thanks for showing us around Promaz tonight.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming down. Thanks to the Fullboost team. They always support us, and we're very grateful for you. Thank you.